We're counting down the 6 most astonishing animals once declared extinct, but rediscovered alive in the ocean. Let's begin our countdown with number 6. On Lord Howe Island, off the coast of Australia, a silent disaster unfolded in 1918. Black rats, stowaways from a wrecked supply ship, found their way onto the island and began to feast. Within years, the Lord Howe Island stick insect, once so common locals called it the tree lobster, disappeared. By the 1930s, scientists declared it extinct. Not a single living specimen could be found. For decades, it was a cautionary tale, how a single accident could erase a species forever. But in 2001, 2 ecologists risked a nighttime climb up Ball's Pyramid, a sheer volcanic spire rising from the sea 14 miles away. Under one lone bush, they found 24 living stick insects, giants nearly the size of a human hand. The world was stunned. Since then, over 13,000 have been bred at Melbourne Zoo. Yet their future is still uncertain. The rats remain on Lord Howe Island. The stick insect survives only because chance and perseverance found it just in time. In 1908, Neptune's cup sponge was a fixture in museum displays, a giant among sponges shaped like an ancient goblet and sometimes reaching a meter across. Its massive bowl-like form made it a favorite for collectors and naturalists along the coasts of Southeast Asia. But as coastal cities grew and harvesting intensified, sightings dwindled. By the early 20th century, not a single living specimen could be found. Museums listed Neptune's cup as extinct. For over a century, it was a ghost, known only from old catalogs and faded photographs. Then in 2011, divers off Singapore's coast caught sight of something impossible, a living Neptune's cup, upright on the sea floor. Soon after, more were found in nearby waters. Despite their size, these sponges had disappeared from science for 103 years, hiding in plain sight along busy shipping lanes. Today, their population remains a mystery. Their rediscovery is a reminder that even the largest, most conspicuous species can vanish without notice, and sometimes, just as quietly, return. In the late 19th century, a single specimen of a strange, sharp-toothed lizard arrived at the Muséum National d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris. Named Phoboscincus bocourti, the terror skink vanished from science almost as soon as it was described. For 127 years, not one living individual was found. Experts listed it as extinct, lost to the tide of human expansion across the Pacific. Then, in 2003, researchers searching the remote islets off New Caledonia made an astonishing discovery: a living terror skink prowling the leaf litter. Later surveys in 2009 and 2013 confirmed a fragile population confined to less than half a square mile of rocky outcrops. The terror skink is a predator unlike any other in its family, armed with curved, blade-like teeth and a bite strong enough to crack the shells of land crabs. Fewer than 100 are thought to survive. Their home sits in the shadow of nickel mining interests, with leaked industry documents revealing ongoing efforts to limit habitat protections. Today, the terror skink is listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. Its fate hangs in the balance, caught between the needs of conservation and the pressures of industrial extraction. For more than 4 million years, Protolophila was known only through fossils. This tiny colonial animal, a hydroid no bigger than a grain of sand, once flourished in shallow seas during the Pliocene. Its delicate branching colonies left minute traces inside the calcareous tubes of marine worms, forming a puzzle that paleontologists pieced together from ancient sediments. After the Pliocene, the fossil record fell silent. Scientists assumed Protolophila had vanished forever, another casualty of shifting oceans and changing climates. But in 2008, researchers examining living serpulid worm tubes off the coast of New Zealand made a discovery that overturned centuries of certainty. There, nestled inside the twisting limestone homes of modern worms, were living Protulophila colonies, identical in form to their prehistoric ancestors. The species had persisted, undetected through millions of years and countless changes in the sea. Its survival went unnoticed not because it was rare, but because it was nearly invisible. Even today, its full ecological role remains a mystery. Protulophila's rediscovery is a quiet reminder that the ocean's smallest inhabitants can leave the largest gaps in our knowledge. In the world of paleontology, even the tiniest fossil can signal a story that stretches across geological time. On December 22, 1938, a South African museum curator named Marjorie Courtney Latimer received a call from the docks in East London. Fishermen had hauled up a strange, heavy fish in their nets, one with thick, lobed fins and a body armored in hard blue scales. Courtney Latimer recognized it as something extraordinary but could not identify it. She preserved the specimen and sent urgent telegrams to J.L.B. Smith, an ichthyologist at Rhodes University. When Smith examined the fish, he realized it was a coelacanth, a creature that, until that moment, was believed to have vanished with the dinosaurs 66 million years earlier. The coelacanth's fossil lineage stretches back 400 million years, predating even the earliest land animals. Scientists had assumed the entire group was long extinct, known only from stone impressions in ancient seabeds. The rediscovery of a living coelacanth stunned the scientific world. Headlines called it the most important zoological find of the 20th century. The fish's anatomy, especially its limb-like lobed fins, offered a glimpse into the evolutionary leap from sea to land. Today, two species survive, one off the coast of Africa, another in Indonesia. Both are rare, living in deep volcanic caves at depths of nearly 700 meters. Fewer than 1,000 are thought to exist. The coelacanth is not just a living fossil. It is a silent witness to eras of Earth's history that no other vertebrate remembers. Its survival reminds us that even the most fundamental chapters of life's story can be rewritten by a single, unexpected discovery. A line of fossils runs for 125 million years, then abruptly stops. For scientists, this silence in the record meant only one thing: extinction. The Mitsucarinidae family, ancient lords of the ocean's depths, had vanished. Or so it seemed. In 1898, a fishing vessel off the coast of Japan hauled up a creature no one could name. Its skin was pale pink, its snout stretched forward like a blade, and its jaws bristled with needle-thin teeth. Kakichi Mitsukuri, a zoologist at Tokyo Imperial University, examined the specimen and realized what he was holding. This was not a new species. This was a survivor from the Cretaceous, a living goblin shark. Since that first specimen, only a handful have ever been caught. Most were dead by the time they reached the surface. The few living goblin sharks observed by research cameras drifted through the gloom at depths of 1,000 to 1,300 meters, places where sunlight never reaches. Their bodies are soft, almost flabby, adapted for life in crushing pressure. The snout is covered in electroreceptors, able to sense the faintest electrical fields from prey hidden in the dark. When the moment comes to strike, the goblin shark's jaw snaps forward at speeds over 3 meters per second, launching out of the face like a slingshot, seizing fish and squid in a flash. This feeding mechanism, captured only once on high-definition video by a Japanese NHK crew, is so alien that scientists struggled to explain it. In 2023, a pregnant female was found off Taiwan carrying 6 pups. It was the first direct evidence of reproduction in the species. Before that, almost everything about their life cycle was guesswork. No one knows where goblin sharks breed, how long they live, or how many roam the ocean's trenches. Population estimates do not exist. Even basic details, what they eat, how they grow, are written in question marks. The IUCN lists them as data deficient, a rare label that means not even enough is known to judge their risk of extinction. The goblin shark is not just a relic, it is a living question, a reminder that the ocean's greatest secrets are hidden in its deepest, darkest places. After 125 million years, this lineage endures, unseen, unstudied, almost untouched by science. Its survival is not just a victory over extinction, but a humbling lesson in how much we still do not know. In the ocean, even the most ancient bloodlines can slip through the cracks of human knowledge, waiting in silence for another accidental discovery. From the Lord Howe Island stick insect's fragile refuge to the goblin shark's 125 million year vanishing act, these 6 extinct animals found alive in the ocean turn scientific certainty on its head. Across every entry we see a pattern: nature's capacity to endure in the least expected places, often hidden by depth, remoteness, or sheer obscurity. Some species, like the Neptune's cup sponge, disappeared for just a century. Others, like the coelacanth, stunned the world after a 65 million year absence. At the very top, the goblin shark stands as the ultimate survivor, reminding us that our fossil record is only a rough draft, and the ocean still keeps secrets older than humanity itself. Each rediscovery was made possible by chance, perseverance, or advances in exploration, revealing just how incomplete our understanding remains. The real lesson of these Lazarus species is simple but profound. Extinction is often less final than we imagine, and the ocean's depths hold stories we have only begun to read.